Did she reply?
No, she is.
She knows what's best for her, I think.
She is the ghost in the machine.
All right, welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 121, being recorded on May 12th, 2020.
Palindrome.
What?
Not a very impressive one.
No. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with
Random shit?
background and next to no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Thanks for joining us on this week of the CouncilCast.
You're welcome.
Tonight we are going to be flying into space and finding what is probably the closest black hole to Earth.
What?
Double thumbs up.
Is it close enough that I could lose my homework in it?
Possibly.
And not have to turn it in for class?
It's only 1,000 light years from our current solar system.
Dope.
So if you throw it really, really hard, it might fly right into it.
In a couple million years.
Logan,
What did you just throw, Logan?
All of my fucking homework.
I don't have any homework.
Oh, that must be nice.
So yeah, apparently, everybody's talked about finding black holes and how we might have a black hole in our galaxy, but this is apparently the first one that the astronomers have actually been able to find, which is pretty difficult, obviously, hence black hole. But they believe it's the closest one to our universe right now, or our galaxy right now. Just over 1,000 light years, so it won't take that
Our
long. To
galaxy
get
or
there.
our solar system? Because there's one in our galaxy, like at the center.
In our solar system. Sorry.
You mean close? Okay.
So what kind of black hole is it? Is it something like akin to the Maw? Or is it more like a normal black hole?
I would say it's probably more of a normal black hole.
Oh.
Nothing unique about it. No Matthew McConaughey's floating around inside.
I mean,
Wait a minute. I saw something about this.
I can't guarantee that there is not a Matthew McConaughey in there. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Well, I mean, really, every form of quantum mechanics and string theory suggests that at the center of every black hole, there's a man looking for a light switch. So it could be Matthew McConaughey.
All I've ever heard is that once you cross the event horizon and you go inside, you get spaghetti.
Well, is it
You turn into spaghetti, or you get to eat spaghetti?
So
I've just always assumed that you get to have spaghetti.
It's a spaghetti.
Do you have to eat it for
that's
forever?
possible.
I'd get probably
Because
pretty sick of eating spaghetti for a long time.
I think it depends upon the location of the observer.
Since no energy can be lost, right, within the system. The idea is that you turn into just different dimensional energy. Whether it's fifth dimension or second dimension, right now we're in the third.
I mean, have you ever looked at cooked
up and
spaghetti?
down.
That shit's got to be more than 4 dimensions.
I've
There's no
literally
way.
never watched Buckaroo Banzai, but it sounds like all of you guys have.
What?
I actually did watch that movie.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
Yes. I watched it like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I'm not sure what I'm watching.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna put that on my list. We're watching Buckaroo Banzai next.
I would not recommend it.
Where can I stream said movie?
Buckaroo Banzai?
From the black hole.
Yeah, I mean, all information will be available once you enter the black hole. It's kind of like upload. That's the way I envision black holes. Then once you go through the black hole, your physical body is no longer, but you are uploaded to the greater
The
dimensional
Adventures
sphere.
of Buckaroo Banzai.
Sphere.
Watch now free with ads on Amazon.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I like Logan's insinuation that
Wait, what did Logan say? I wasn't paying attention.
black holes are basically just like the universe's Tor exit nodes. So it's like you can get to the dark internet from there.
Can you get to the dark web from a black hole?
Yeah, you just got to jack in.
And then
I don't
how
know.
do you leave the black hole?
I don't know. The
just gotta
download's pretty
jack
bad,
off.
but the download's bad, but the upload is tremendous.
Ew.
Oh man, I'm liking this. I'm liking this.
You could get behind that.
Fiona, good
I can get behind
episode.
Guys, I know I said that my computer was not going to crash this week,
Uh huh.
but there's a
Is it-
very good possibility that it's going to crash this week.
Did we pull up the YouTubes so you can get the comments rolling?
Oh shoot! No, let me.
How do you always forget that?
I don't know, man. Because I don't know. I'm busy.
Why are you even here?
Why do we pay
How do-
you?
How do I do the YouTube? You guys
You're
didn't
paying
tell me
me?
how to
Do the
it.
YouTubes. Hello, YouTubes.
I watched on YouTube earlier. I watched Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty. I watched him read memes about Rick and Morty on the internet.
Yeah.
He wasn't impressed with any of them, so I don't know if this is the
Mhm.
right platform. But I think people should just stop making Rick and Morty memes.
Have you watched his new show on Hulu?
No, not yet. Is
We
it any
watched
good?
the first episode.
I've the review I read of it was that it stands up okay in its own right, but if you're a Rick and Morty fan going in expecting more of Rick and Morty, you're gonna be disappointed. So don't expect it to be that.
Oh yeah, no, obviously not.
What was
I
it called? Was it Solar Opposites?
Solar opposites.
Is that what it was? Yeah, I like the name. That's a good name.
I mean, that's like expecting Disenchantment to be more Futurama or something.
Oh yeah. Have you watched all of Disenchantment?
Yes.
Or any of? I haven't watched any of it. Is it good?
I like the first season.
It's
I'd say the
okay.
second season wasn't as good.
Is it really hard to
I
not
started
compare
watching
it?
was better.
I didn't
No, I
think
started
so.
watching it expecting Futurama, and so I was greatly disappointed. But when I hit the second season, it was like, oh well, okay.
Did you find? I mean, clearly you found difficulty, Logan. Did the rest of you that watched it find difficulty in not comparing it to Futurama?
There are a lot of voices from Futurama that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recognize, even though they're not exactly the same.
Well, I assume what's his face is in
Billy
there.
West is in it.
Yeah.
Mom's second son or his oldest son is one of the
Oh,
main characters.
one of those skinny guys.
And I just every time he speaks, I don't like the character because it sounds exactly the same. And
Yeah. I've
separating
watched
those
Futurama.
two to begin with was
Yeah.
very difficult. Like almost the entire first season, I couldn't split the two people.
I think we watched Futurama all the way through like 10 or 12 times, and so it was really hard to go, oh, you're not Fry.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
But he does a great Bugs Bunny,
He does. He does.
and he also does a great Professor Zoidberg. Oh man, I yeah. Anyway,
So anyway, yeah, if you want to go upload yourself to the black hole and find the dark web, you only have 1,000 light years to go.
That conversation that we just had was an example of what might happen if you upload yourself through a black hole into the dark web. Kind of all over the place. Not really know what's going to happen.
I give it a thumbs up. Black holes are sweet.
Thumbs up for space.
Well, if
I'm
you
riding the space train.
Thumbs up for space.
something that might actually be able to get you to that black hole is jet thrusters that are powered by microwaves. So,
Oh, buddy.
I think I read this, and apparently all you need to do is just take a microwave and go to space, and it'll fly you to places.
Oh, wait, really? So is everybody just like Tesla's new rocket is just like a bunch of microwaves bought on liquidation from Sears?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, the new recycling program.
Yeah.
They
Plus-
just taped them together.
Plus, you just like stick your rotisserie chicken out the back in line of the beam, and you got yourself lunch.
There you go. It's actually not too far from the truth.
Man, I love being right.
When you're right,
but-
you're right. And you're right.
You're right.
Always right.
But apparently, yeah, some
Scott.
researchers have come up with a new thruster that apparently is powered by the magnetron from your microwave, and basically it just takes it, connects it to a giant tube, necks it down, and then they created basically.
Wait, there's necking involved?
Yeah, necking, rubber.
I
necking.
mean, theoretically, if it were even like it doesn't even have to be super powered, right? It just has to run consistently for a long time to reach stupid speeds.
Oh yeah, in space for sure.
What kind of G acceleration are they getting out of it?
So what they've got right now is pretty weak. They basically have they created a flow rate of about 1. Well, okay, so it's not too bad. The team was able to show that they were able to get a thrust of about 28 newtons per kilowatt.
Not enough.
So if you have a 5 kilowatt thing, 28 newtons per.
I thought we needed 1.21 gigawatts.
So they were testing with a 1 kilowatt microwave, so you only got about 28 newtons of force, which isn't a lot. But if you can scale it up, and they apparently proved that you can, apparently a modern turbofan, according to this article, has about 15 newtons per kilowatt. It just has a whole lot more kilowatts to put into the system. So if it scales, it actually has almost twice the amount of power density than what a jet engine does.
You are.
Dang.
You are.
When can we
My
expect to
destiny.
see this strapped to the local airplanes?
Yes. So
Okay, so all of these things are always have like a caveat of like, well, that's why this isn't going to work. What is it for this?
yeah, so the caveat is in order to do so, basically it's that scaling. We don't know how well it's going to scale. They're basically saying, yeah, this will totally work, but they're extrapolating a linear trend over 4 orders of magnitude. And as the article says, that is a good way to be disappointed in life.
So what you're saying by that is that the article does say that you can't exactly fly your microwave to the moon.
Possibly, yes.
So thank you for the question, Eric. But I think that's your answer.
Yes. So yeah, they also mentioned that the article is missing quite a bit of data. So I think that there's going to have to be some more investigation into this. And then it also depends on how high powered of a magnetron you can build as well. So
Well, it tells how much force there is. I'm bad at math. I'm trying to figure out how much that translates to acceleration. Like if I point one of these suckers back in space and fire it on, what's my acceleration?
well, it depends on how much mass you have.
Well, I'm pretty massive.
0.1.
Oh. Whatever.
Not even.
What
It's
do
not
the
even
comment
fair.
sections say? They usually got something good.
Oh no, you guys. Oh no.
Is it crashing? Do you need to get a microwave?
I might need a microwave.
So I don't
So
know. I
for-
think. Go on.
To give you an idea, I guess 30 newtons per kilowatt of force is 75 miles an hour for a standard car.
What?
Applied 30 newtons of kilowatt force of thrust applied on a standard vehicle will give you roughly 75 miles an hour.
So if you have that Tesla that's floating up in space,
I think, if I did my math right.
How big is a kilowatt?
So that means you can move it. Apparently, it takes you 30 seconds per kilometer.
Eric wants to know how many fig newtons to go 100.
How is like this is okay? So the microwave power output of this fucking LG microwave that I just looked up is like 1.6 kilowatts.
Yep.
You're telling me that I can use my microwave to go more than 75 miles an hour down the highway?
In outer space.
Space.
So if you built a
In a
highway,
What if I press the popcorn button?
As long as
Popcorn
it's
button
set to power 10, then you're
doesn't-
going 75 miles an hour.
yeah, you have to hit the power level first.
Your trip will be half baked.
Yeah, I really like the idea of like it's like it's the time is running out on it, and somebody just pushes the add 30 seconds button. that really
Add
wouldn't
more
have had
time.
that
Quick
really
minute.
wouldn't have had
We
the
gotta
same
outrun the cops! Quick!
no, it wouldn't have had the same effect on Apollo 13 with just old Jim Lovell hitting the 30-second more button. And
What if you only needed 28 seconds?
see, that's the flaw
You
with
still
the
hit 30
30-second
seconds,
button.
Then you
should,
open the door 2 seconds
you
earlier.
know, I think if whatever you're cooking requires that kind of granularity, you shouldn't be doing it in the microwave.
So apparently 30 newtons is greater. It's about 950 times the thrust of the Instar Ion engine tested by NASA's space probe. So
Dang.
that's good. Space thrust. Thumbs up.
Just so you know, Eric, one of our listeners, actually has a cookbook which tells you how long to cook. Like it has recipes specifically set up to cook things on the engine of your car, and it doesn't tell you how long to drive for. It tells you how many miles to drive for.
I like that.
Before
I can't wait.
But
I
what
can't,
about the RPMs?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
I
that
can't-
make a bigger
I
difference?
think it's factored in. Eric,
Well-
you'll have to let us know.
What if you're stopped somewhere?
Yeah, what
I
if
mean-
you've got one of them newfangled cars that like turns off when you're stopped?
That's not newfangled.
Or what if
I
you got
can't-
one of them electric mobile that
Mobile.
don't have an engine?
It is based on highway speeds, he says.
So
Wouldn't it get cold
And it's
with
definitely
the air
not
blowing
with the
over it?
Prius.
what if you got one of those electric cars that don't burn?
What if you did it at 0 degrees outside?
Yeah,
Well,
what's the outside
Also
temperature?
based on like it won't work on a hybrid, he says. I was gonna say I think it's based off like a 1965 Chevy truck.
I was gonna say, what if you got like a big block, a
Well,
Chevy
just
big
like
block,
with any
or
recipe, you should
like-
test it out before you have guests over.
I'm imagining the reverse of this now. Like, if this is how we're gonna power our
Fiesta.
spacecraft in the future, Better Homes and Gardens is gonna have to pivot and like post like, like how long you have to burst your microwave to get to Alpha Centauri and all that fun stuff.
The cooking instructions are actually flight directions.
Yeah,
it's like
they're just.
Oh man, Martha Stewart is gonna
30
be like
seconds north
the
and then
first person to
45
make it
seconds
Mars.
east.
Martha Stewart didn't go to prison for insider trading. She went to prison because she knew too fucking much.
the Vulcan.
But no, she's
sounds
still
like
alive,
the,
so she didn't know enough.
This sounds like a World's Fair commercial or like Booth. And this microwave powered the Apollo.
I give it a thumbs
Neat.
up. I like
Oh,
the
yeah.
new thrusters.
It's
Thumbs up
interesting.
for space,
Oh
and
yeah,
thumbs up for microwaves.
thumbs up for microwaves for sure. Black
Did
and
you
Decker
see?
all the way.
Black and Decker.
Did you see one of CGP Gray's newest videos? Is him exploring an abandoned missile engine firing range in like Utah. CGP Gray.
No.
It's
I
it's
don't
pretty
know
good
what that
video.
is.
Seriously? He's
Nope.
the guy that became super popular whenever he did the first past the post voting system explanation and like talking about equal representation and all that stuff. I'm surprised you've never heard of him. He's extremely popular. He's got like 4 million followers or 3 million followers on YouTube.
I mean, I've seen his videos. I
yeah,
had
of
no
course
idea.
you have. Yeah.
He's got the doesn't he have the one with that one place in New York that
Yeah, the weirdly owned island. Yeah.
I love how we're we still do this. You just did this, and it made me think, wait, why do I feel that way also? But it doesn't seem to be true. You just said he has 4 million subscribers on YouTube. But when you think about it, there's over 7.5 billion people on Earth.
Yeah.
So 4 million subscribers is still like essentially nothing percentage-wise.
Yeah,
Well,
you're comparing
you have
comparing
to-
the size of the Earth, not the like whittled down portion that have access to the internet.
You
and
have to get rid of
YouTube
all
accounts.
of like China because they don't have access to the actual internet.
4 million is over 1/100th the size of the states. 1/100th of the size of the states.
He has
So-
more followers than Iowa has people.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Iowa.
So
Logan, do the math
Manhattan
really
has
quick.
more people than
My calculator isn't good enough.
Iowa.
4 million is what percentage of 7.5
Logan,
billion?
is that right? How many people live in Manhattan?
not many percents.
Yeah, no, it's like
1.6 million. So like
one of a
half
couple
the
thousand.
people 1.6 million people live in Manhattan.
1.6 million. No, it's more than that.
It's a small enough percentage that the calculator on Windows is giving you ease.
Population as of 2019 was 1.629 million.
Of Manhattan or of NYC?
Manhattan.
Oh, yeah, about 2 million for Manhattan, but it's like just shy of 9 million for NYC.
Like the island of Manhattan
5 boroughs.
has half the people that Iowa has as a state.
So are we saying 0.05% of the world follows?
Yep.
Did I do that right?
No, I don't think so.
No, you didn't.
That
No.
doesn't seem right.
What was your numbers again?
4 million.
Hold on, if you're gonna do the math, let me look up how many actual subscribers he has.
Okay.
4.26 million.
Okay.
Okay.
And divide that by the 2 billion YouTube accounts that exist.
Logan, how does it
By the
feel?
Because
Oh,
you
it's a
can't,
million?
you can't,
are math
2 billion
experts.
YouTube accounts. You
2
can't follow
billion.
him anonymously.
And your brother is failing to do a simple math equation.
Point
It's all right.
0.00. It's 0.2%.
Yeah.
0.2%.
0.2% of
All the YouTube
The people on
subscribers.
YouTube.
Why are we doing this math? What's your point?
my point is
Small number
just
of
the fact that we're like, you haven't heard of this person? Only 0.2% of YouTube
He's an
is following
extremely
him.
popular YouTube account.
0.2% of YouTube follows him.
Yeah, that is a huge portion of
His
YouTube
most
accounts.
popular video has 18 million views. So that's
Okay, what percentage of views on YouTube is that?
Total views.
Anyway, sorry, that was a tangent.
Well,
but
Maybe if
What-
YouTube.
what's that guy's name again?
CGP Grey.
who owns the Statue of Liberty is the video I was referencing earlier.
It's oh my god.
Well, I hope that YouTube isn't being run on Thunderbolt, because apparently, if you are, you might have a flaw that allows people to steal your data.
So it needs
Awesome.
physical access and it needs time.
Thunderbolt or
Yeah, but
Thunderbolt 2
Thunderbolt's
or
super
Thunderbolt
fast.
3?
It's even faster to steal your data.
I want USB
is great.
4 already. I want that USB 4.
USB 4 has Thunderbolt built into it, by the way.
No. No.
No.
Okay. That has been definitively answered right here,
Dang.
right now on the CouncilCast. The
I can't believe we are
Specification
extremely
is
sure about this.
not built in. Actually, it's not going to be USB 4. It's going to be USB 3.4
Nope.
super deluxe speed.
Nope. I want USB 10.
We
Hey, guys.
have never been wrong about a technology prediction.
Guys, we are going to need to redo that math because I just subscribed to CPG Gray's channel.
Oh shit! Let's go back. Let's go back.
So
no,
what-
no,
how are
no,
they stealing
no
this data?
material change.
How are they stealing the data? How can
So
I protect myself?
They
Do I
whisper.
need apps for my Thunderbolt ports?
So yeah, apparently the Thunderbolt, which the biggest thing about it is it allows direct access to memory, which increases its transfer speeds. And apparently there's a way to basically, in an undetectable way, somebody can modify your firmware on the computer and then plug in a Thunderbolt device and steal all of your data, even if it's encrypted.
Yep.
Wait. So I have nothing to worry about as long as no one has plugged into my ports.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
But you can take somebody can take a device, plug it into any machine that's got the Thunderbolt. I think it covers Thunderbolt 2 as well.
Probably.
And it doesn't matter if the drive is encrypted. You can just power it on, plug it in, and dump everything off the hard drive.
like how
Yep.
fast?
5 minutes.
In 5 minutes.
Wait, this
Listen,
bypasses
Libby.
encrypted hard drives?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, what about machines that require you to put in a password to decrypt the hard drive in the first place, like a Mac?
If it's got on disk encryption, I don't know if that. It
Like
wouldn't
when
it would
like when I
bypass on disk encryption, but if it uses like a TPM chip, it'll bypass that.
like when I input my password to log into my MacBook, there's like a little bar that then goes. That's it decrypting it.
I'm
Like
pretty
for
sure
use.
it bypasses that.
Fucking how? I haven't put in a password.
Because it has direct access to the memory. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I-
It shouldn't have direct access to the hard drive.
Well, it says memory. Is it being clear about what it means, whether it's actual memory or if it's storage?
I'm going to go with its storage.
Okay. Well,
So-
you also have to
Think so.
connect a clip to the Thunderbolt chip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
have to
really-
you have to make up some hardware stuff, but the biggest thing is like you shouldn't. Oh, I see. It is pulling.
This is probably it's probably
it's only
just letting
pulling
it
from
read.
RAM.
Right.
Yeah.
It is letting you specify
Suspend
what
to-
memory it's basically saying dump everything from memory. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
walk the addresses and just dump everything as opposed to accessing very specific things.
Here's what
Yep.
I'm most concerned with. My biggest question about this:
So
will it leave the stuff on my computer? And here's the reason why
Yes.
I'm asking, because I'm
Yeah.
not too worried if they like take it, but like if my project is gone, it's gone.
I mean, this just makes it easier if somebody has physical access to your machine, but like I mean
Bigger question: if I have Dropbox attached to my computer, can it steal everything off Dropbox in 5 minutes? Because I have over 40 terabytes on my Dropbox account.
no, because
No.
I don't think you have 40 terabytes of RAM and it all being occupied.
It might be able
Like,
to steal your
if it
Dropbox
is only
password.
able
40 terabytes of RAM. Oh my god, my mind is blown. That's the type of computer I need next. How do I
40
buy it?
terabytes of RAM. What do
You
you
can
fill it with?
I think you could get close to that with the new Mac Pro.
Need 40 What'd you say?
You should buy
Or you
Mac
could get a
Pro.
RAM drive, which is basically running
Okay,
a
well
hard
I'm
drive
over
off
this
of
story.
RAM.
So basically the
thumbs
end
down
of the
for people
story.
stealing shit.
The end of the story is, I guess, just like USB stuff. Don't plug in anything you don't know where it came from.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I give it a thumbs up for bringing it up and reminding people not to plug shit into their ports.
16 terabytes of RAM should be enough for anyone. But wait, there's more. Somebody built a 16 terabyte RAM computer.
Share the link. I want to check that out. I need to make one of those.
There's a 50-50 shot that this is a Linus Tech Tips video. 50-50 shot, and it's like it's gonna be something like we sent one of our poor bastard employees to every thrift store in whatever Canadian city they're based out of. I don't remember. and they bought all the RAM possible, and then this other poor bastard employee found these like Vietnamese, Chinese made like riser cards that we could just plug in splitters that allowed them to be accessed. And then oops, Linus dropped the module, but it's fine. And
Well,
I really like their videos.
well, if you're looking to make some cash quick, sign up for Linus Tech Tips.
I don't understand how you make cash quick with that.
It looks like they're trying to do a 34 terabyte RAM based device as well.
For what? What do you? Did
We
you just
weren't
Google?
I thought we were joking. This is a real thing. Yeah, I said I need a computer with 40 terabytes of RAM, and this article came up.
Well, anyway,
Wait, there's more.
can it run? Can it run Linux? And can I hack it? That's the real question. Because that's
Let's
what
hope
Microsoft
so.
wants to know. And
Like-
in fact,
What?
they'll pay you $100,000.
If you can hack Linux,
Yeah. So
Isn't
guys,
Linux supposed
we
to
should
be like
pool our powers. I can market the heck out of our ability to hack Linux. You guys hack it. I think we're onto something here. We can split it 60-40.
sure.
I feel good about this.
This
So yeah,
sounds-
Microsoft has apparently developed their own version of Linux, and they are looking for a team of researchers who are going to try and hack it because they're using it for their Azure Sphere OS. So they're going to use it for their cloud-based stuff, and they want to make sure it's secure. So if you want to make some cash quick,
Which variant are we needing? Like hacking Linux. What kernel are we hacking?
it doesn't say.
That's
Oh, you have to guess. They really want us to earn this 100,000, don't they? I believe in you guys.
wow. They're pretty sure of themselves, huh?
They're pretty sure 100,000 put on the lines, quite a bit.
I mean,
Here you go, Logan.
it's got to be part marketing, part incentive to try to get people to break it.
that
for sure.
motherboard can support 12 terabytes of memory natively.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, Linus's team would have to buy like 3 of these and then figure out how to weld them together with some bullshit ribbon cable.
Oh
It's a 4-socket board, so
It takes 4 Xeon processors.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even know they made a quad socket board. What do you do with this?
What does that
Take over the
work
world?
for?
No, it's like
you use it to hack
processing
Linux.
powers.
Are these like what?
Yeah.
Do they take
we
these
use
and,
it to
like,
hack Linux.
Are these what they throw into just like the big rack servers to make like their supercomputers?
Yeah, this is like, well, so this is supercomputer stuff. It's not like data processing centers. Data processing centers use kind of the cheapest stuff possible because they burn it up like crazy and they just go in and pop in new pieces over and over and over again.
But could
And
I
they
use
let-
this to edit on Premiere Pro
yes.
a video?
Nothing can.
Let's see. How much is this? Because if we could buy this, I wonder if it costs less than $100,000.
That motherboard, surely.
The
Oh, no, wait.
processors, let's put 4 of those processors in there, maybe not.
Yeah, I just don't understand what you're gonna do with it. Like
Uh,
simulate fart gas patterns in your
It
apartment.
comes with 8 memory boards, so it's got memory riser.
Oh.
It has riser boards for the memory slots.
Amazing.
I'm going to fold. That's what I'm going to do.
You're gonna fold.
You don't need memory to fold.
You got some catching up to do, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I still got a basket out there in the living room.
We're at what are we at right? Points wise, 39,624,000.
Tax, it's. I still
Well,
don't
that's my
understand what
points.
the whole point is here.
Total points is more than
Team points.
50. Yeah,
50
50,650. God damn, 50,663,000.
Guys, I did my math right earlier, just by the way. I was dividing by the number of people on Earth, not the number of people on YouTube. So-
Yeah, we know.
No, but it's 6 to the negative 4th, Silas.
I don't know why you would divide by the.
0.0005.
I don't know why you divide by the number of people on Earth.
Logan, that's the
Just
board
because
you
my,
need for
just because
mining.
my grandma has access to YouTube and probably has an account because she has a Gmail account does not mean that she is readily on YouTube. So do we count her or do we not count her? This
Yes,
is the real conundrum.
She has access.
I expect to have that answer by next week, and I want you to filter all of the people who actually access YouTube from those who don't.
They make motherboards specifically for crypto.
I think there are 5
There are
conversations.
13 PCIe slots on that.
Oh my god, it's just optimized for cards.
It just all split into 1x slots.
Jesus, yeah, because you don't need a ton of throughput, right?
Yep, you just need access to the processor.
That's amazing. And it's got 2 slots for RAM.
Oh my god.
Because you don't need a ton of RAM. Like you need something that can crunch numbers like a motherfucker.
2 6-terabyte slots.
So that is a ton of PCI.
13.
PCI
You need
Express
1x
slots.
slots.
Holy shit.
That is outrageous, and it's cheap. $90.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
What?
I wanna-
$90?
Can we
Dude,
use it to hack
What
Linux?
chipset does it support? Seriously,
dude,
we can
buy
and
one
let
of
it
these.
run automated processes to hack this Linux thing, and then we can make that 100,000.
Yeah, I really think your chances of success of hacking this Linux thing are great if you're calling it this Linux thing.
Guys, we all know that I
Amazing.
have the best chance of hacking it. And that's
Just by
because I use
sheer chance.
That's because I use all Apple products. So
Wait a minute, did you see that
They
there's
won't-
this Asus B250 mining expert board that has 19 slots?
Oh, I didn't know. What the?
Yeah.
Oh
Just
my
saw it.
god.
That's a lot of slots. How would you even what would you just buy a bunch of 1U cards?
No, you buy
Or do you have to
ribbon
take
cables for the slots.
Oh, and then you like spread them out over like a bracket
Yeah.
thing. Jesus, that would create quite the racket.
Yeah, you basically just get those metal racks and then use a bunch of zip ties and hang a bunch of cards off of it.
Yeah, I want
it would
to
be kind of more like a meat locker. You'd have to hang it up
Yeah.
inside of a freezer so that it wouldn't overheat.
Oh
from
my
hooks.
god, it would get so warm. Just can you imagine hooking up 13 like 2080 Ti's just all folding at the same time? It would be like
Yeah.
a sauna.
I don't think you'd
Good
use
idea.
the
Maybe
2080s.
use it to power your sauna.
Or maybe
They,
a
they
hot
even,
tub.
I think it even includes the cables.
For real?
Oh, mama.
Oh yeah, here, check out these guys' the user pictures on the Amazon link.
Are they
got 'em.
crazy?
They just have them like mounted in wire racks.
But 3 power supplies.
I mean, it takes a lot to power that many cards.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
that's-
god, look at all these. Look at this guy has all 1660 Ti's.
Just did the math by hand, guys. We're not thinking about this economically.
How much
Just
is
do
a
the math by hand, and
1660
we can
Ti?
hack into Linux.
If we do the math by hand, we can hack into Linux.
Easy.
That makes sense. Okay, so this guy has 13
I'm on board.
1660 Ti's,
Yeah,
and
They're
you
about
obviously use
$300
an
a
advocate.
piece.
yeah, so $268 times 13. That's not as bad as I thought. Less than $3,500 for all of them. So is he
This
like
dude
what
said
kind of
he's
return
running-
on investment is he getting off of that? Bitcoin is fucking right now.
A spare 220 volt, 40 amp circuit burning a hole in your
Oh,
This guy
That's
says
a-
he's using 3,500 watts.
of power?
Yeah.
Did you say 40 amps on the
Yeah.
breaker?
Oh
Dude,
my
It says,
what
but
the
it
hell
has
are
to
you
have
plugging-
USB 4.
Yeah. What are you
13
plugging
cards
into
running
though?
at 130 watts each.
Are you plugging each power supply into 3 different circuits?
my gosh.
That's
Oh,
crazy. Bitcoin return on investment calculator. I want to see what that would look
You
like.
don't mine Bitcoin with
Y-
GPUs anymore.
Yeah, you use ASICs. So what are they doing with these GPUs then? What are they mining?
Probably ETH. I don't know. There's or that one site that mines the most valuable currency at the moment, depending
Oh
on
yeah, it lets you choose, or it does it for you based on which.
market price. Yeah.
Well, that's silly. It should mine the least valuable.
Maybe not for residential use. It only
I'm-
works with 13 normal GPUs.
Let's see. How many hashes are you getting with a 1660 Ti?
Oh, you can only use 13 normal GPUs. The other 6 need to be mining only cards that don't have any video output.
24.6 mega hashes per second for one. So
Okay, so in
24.6,
layman's terms,
13.
for
That's
our
319 mega hashes.
for our non-tech listeners, this computer that we're building for no apparent reason
How much power consumption did you say off of 13?
is fast.
3,500 watts.
How much?
3,500.
Oh my god.
Well, they're probably undervolted.
Are they all
30
overclocked though?
Probably.
And what do they do?
There's no
when
way. At
compiling
that
Python
you would
code?
be
Like how quickly can they compile Python?
you would be losing money. There's no way. How much?
Compile Python.
Python makes pretty good files.
120 watt.
Python's also a TAC.
That's
Just
1560 watts. Yeah. Okay. So according to these stats I just found, at 120 watts for 13, that's 1,560 watts, and apparently each one can do 24.6 mega hashes per second.
What's that in horsepower?
That is 320 mega hashes per second
1,200.
at 12 cents per kilowatt hour. You are losing 50 cents a day.
But you gotta hold. Just hold.
So just running these quick numbers, and they're probably wrong, but
It's
you're
probably more
not even coming out ahead. I remember when this same calculator that I'm looking at right now, like you could get numbers where you were coming out ahead.
Well, wait, it depends. It depends, Matt. Is the state charging 12 cents, or is the company charging 12 cents a kilowatt hour, or is 12 cents a kilowatt hour what you're paying after taxes and fees? Because we're getting charged 6 cents a kilowatt hour out here, but after taxes and fees, we're paying 9. So I remember
Your
when we
guys'
were,
power is cheaper than ours? Dang.
They don't
yeah,
have
no,
to
it-
run the lines.
Well, they
as
have
far.
Niagara Falls right there, so
yeah, we have Niagara Falls
there.
right around the corner. Just hop on over. It's right around the corner.
power is the state.
Well, you know what might not be right around the corner is accidentally shooting yourself with a missile.
Wait, did this happen?
So apparently, the Iranian Navy decided that it was going to go on a training exercise,
Oh, it did actually happen.
and apparently it shot
Forgot
another
to load.
boat. Turns out that the other boat was also from the Iranian Navy.
So, training success?
They did hit a target.
Yeah, confirmed hit. 19 dead. Good job.
Jesus.
That's
How-
one fucked up training exercise.
Yeah, no shit.
Like,
What did those 19 people know that they weren't supposed to?
Yeah,
Yikes.
probably wasn't a good day there.
No.
No, it's a weird thing to read because you're just like, they don't have. Okay, what year is it again?
Yeah.
And we're still firing on each other, like lack of
I mean,
communication. What's happening?
Fired
here?
on themselves.
it was a training exercise. They didn't mean to hit themselves.
They thought it was a blank.
Was it like the thing where you have a brother and he's like using your own hand to punch yourself, and he's like, "Stop punching yourself! Stop punching yourself!" Is that what happened here?
I think so.
And then the other one just turned around and wailed the other guy in the face.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I mean, it's just like, what? I don't get it.
That's very
Ah,
unfortunate.
Like the other thing, it could just be like a freak accident. Like, yeah, we're just gonna fire this fire, and it goes out, and then all of a sudden, wait, there's a boat out there. It can't hit that, and it goes boom, and they're like, "Fuck, we just hit a boat. Whose boat was that?"
I just hit a baseball and it went into somebody's house, but Miss McGregor just moved out, so I don't know who I have to go apologize to now.
Yes.
Was that your neighbor?
No,
Mr.
that's a
McGregor?
completely made up story.
Did it affect the closing cost?
In this case, I think it did. Refers to a destroyer. Man, that's rough.
I'm going to give a thumbs down to it happening and a sympathy thumbs up to all the families.
Is it? I mean,
I'm gonna send my thoughts and prayers to the families. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Okay,
I give it a thumbs down
Jesus,
because
Dave.
I don't understand why. I thought we had like laser guided missiles now, and I'm not sure why they. Well, yeah, we probably sold them to them.
good point.
we would not have sold these to the Iranians.
Thumbs up for warfare marketeering.
Although, what's the dude's name?
Jeez,
Elon
Louise.
Musk, because apparently Elon Musk wants to get arrested now.
Oh man,
What's he getting arrested for this time?
So he apparently is reopening the Tesla factory in Fremont, California, despite being told that he can't. And
Definitely getting arrested.
he said he apparently
Come at me,
tweeted.
bro.
He tweeted yesterday saying, "Tesla is restarting production today against Alameda County rules. I will be on the line with everyone else. If anyone is arrested, I ask that it only be me."
Question is, did they actually open?
I don't know. Did they?
This is just for publicity.
I mean, does anything that Musk do not for publicity?
I don't know.
He cares about his employees.
And about taking pictures of a Tesla in outer space.
Well, that's cool.
He did that forever ago. And we were like, those are real photos, not photoshopped? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I could have done the same thing in Photoshop. Seems like an expensive way to put a Tesla in outer space. To actually put a Tesla in outer space.
Why waste the Tesla? That's interesting. You know, I heard that they were continuing their freeze until at least the end of July or something. I think California already announced that all of their schools are not reopening in the fall, and they're going to be digital for California universities said fall semesters online.
Believe that. Here's the thing about Elon, our good buddy, Muskie baby, that he would. Neither would surprise me if he actually opened and made people work and worked alongside them so he could get arrested for publicity. And it also would not surprise me if he just said this to get newspapers to write about it.
I kind of get the feeling that this is kind of like the case for like basketball coaches who just blow up to get a technical and they get kicked out of the game just to do it.
Yes.
To fire up everybody else, and maybe that's his plan here. That's what it feels
White
like.
collar prison. He probably looked into it and he's like, white collar prison? Yeah, I can do time there.
He probably got a stern talking to after he tanked their stock price by saying it was too expensive, and now he's just trying to find ways to bump it back up.
Oh man, I think he's going to try and go to prison and sell his Cybertruck to all of the people getting out of prison.
How could they?
He's just implementing door-to-door salesmanship now, and he's like, I can't actually go to door-to-door
This is
anymore.
an untapped market.
But prisons, I could go to prison.
How do I get into a prison to sell there?
Tesla is restarting production. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Market Watch had an article on them reopening, but it has since been removed, so I don't know if they actually.
Well, this article does
Open?
talk a little bit about that Alameda County said that they can open beyond basic minimum, whatever it says, minimum operations or something like that, but they have to submit a plan. So I'm assuming that they probably are working on a plan and will submit it, and then they will be allowed to open.
Yeah, it sounds like the plan is just fuck you.
It's just Elon Musk.
It's like Ron Swanson's note to the park ranger guy that was "fuck you, I do what I want."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good show.
Or doesn't it just say "I can do what I want"?
I can do what I
That's
want.
his-
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I have a
I
note.
have a license. This is a piece of paper that says I can do what I want. Yes. This is America. That license is valid.
I know more than you.
Or his will, his will that just is, I give all of my belongings to whoever killed me.
What are these symbols? I was right not to be afraid of you.
Amazing.
All right. Well, I think we'll do.
Thumbs up for publicity stunts and thumbs up for Muskie Baby.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs down for calling publicity to it.
I give it a thumbs down.
And not working on our pitches. He should be working on our pitch ideas.
Yeah, he's got to let you know what I revoke that. Thumbs down. Where's the stuff that we've been asking for? You're trying to get arrested. Why don't you work on our stuff?
He's a busy guy.
Thumbs down for publicizing.
I need to share some more ideas with
down
him.
for not working on our pitches. I'm right there with you guys.
All right. Well, speaking of, we'll give Elon Musk our pitches for the week.
Got one.
Ugh.
All right. What do you got, Silas?
I would like Mr. Musk to make USB version 10. I want to skip right all over the shitty versions between what we got now and what we're going to have in a few years, right to 10 when it has reached a perfect 10 in perfection. I want...
And it's a completely different shape, right?
I want it to be...
It goes
I don't
back
care
to
what
the
shape
old
it is,
USB-A.
as long as it is completely unrestricted data transfer rates. It is only restricted by the devices that are connected to that USB port. So you have something that's older and you dongle it and you're like, oh man, I got this connected with the connector and it only transfers at 5 gigs. You're like, okay, don't worry. It's transferring at 5 gigs. And you're like, whoa. Because it would actually make everything else faster. Because right now, doesn't matter. I want USB 10. That's what I want. Faster, untethered, unthrottled speeds.
Faster, better,
Unlimited.
stronger.
And it's wireless.
Faster, better, stronger.
Better.
And I want it to be wireless, yes. USB 10, I want it to be wireless with unthrottled speeds.
Your demands are numerous.
Well, I
want it to be sexy.
I would like Elon Musk to make USB 6 because it is the smallest perfect number, therefore trumping the 10, which is not a perfect number.
It's a perfect 10.
But 6 is a perfect number. Which is the sum of its
10.
divisors. 6.
Yeah. All right.
What's your system for dating?
I like connections and wireless, so sure. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for USB 10. By the way, Elon Musk, this is the second time we've asked for USB 10 in this series, and it would be great if you could jump on that one first.
Wait, when did we do USB 10 last? Was it last week?
No,
No.
like 2 months ago.
I don't think we did USB 10. I think we definitely did a different version of USB though.
No, it was It wasn't. It was USB D,
You're probably right.
and it was
Just a
USB D.
letter.
And I wanted the USB D to be a perfect square. That was the type connector, a perfect square.
Who came up with this idea?
I did. You're confused by the statement.
I'm confused by lots of things.
Most of them have to do with pipets, but that's okay.
All right. Well, I give it a thumbs up too. So,
What do
anyone
you
else
got,
got a pitch?
I already gave my thing.
He wants USB 6.
USB 6.
USB 6. All right.
Because it is a perfect.
Anyone else want to pitch a different version of USB to Elon Musk and see if I just
How many USBs is that skipping?
Well,
Eric
the
just
current is
baseball bat.
3.2.
So it depends on how many points they had, I guess. Something like that.
Eric's pitch is he wants baseball to come back.
Actually, speaking of, I think that Elon Musk should come up with a way for people to social distance while not being 6 feet apart. He should come up with a or like a space warping device that you wear that creates 6 feet of distance between you and the next person without being physically 6 feet apart.
I like
Not
this idea.
Dimensional.
But
feet.
wait. I like this idea.
So it shrinks 6 feet of space down
Into like 6 inches.
to like 6 inches.
You know, I think
I
it would
like
need to work
this
the
idea,
opposite
yeah.
way. It would need to expand 3 inches to 6 feet.
Nope, that's not how that works.
No, because then you
Only
would still
one
be
way.
only 3 inches away from somebody.
You have to compress space to create a warp in space-time.
Also, you can't use it on your body.
Right. It would be like the Astro suits in
That's just so I can't have a bigger penis.
Guardian. Nope, and that's not how that would work either.
Want a
It would
thing longer.
a smaller penis.
I'd use it to make it thing longer.
You can't compress objects. You can only compress space.
What if they're
If you
objects
compress
in
space, it makes it bigger. But if
Yep.
you compress things, they get
It makes
smaller.
it smaller.
You could also use this to basically teleport yourself 6 feet every step. So
Can you have a reverse button on it then? So it can
like
it, so it can expand things.
idea for next CouncilCast, I guess. You already used yours.
No, this is
gonna-
his machine that we're all just making sure it's perfect by the time it gets to Musk.
You're
no, it
use
only
this
goes
thing-
one way. It can only shrink 6 feet into 6
Right,
inches.
but what happens when you're ready for that space to go back? You just turn it
turn
off
it-
and it
Yeah.
goes back to its normal space.
And then
Yeah.
it pushes everybody away from you. So if you're
Yeah.
feeling claustrophobic, you just turn it off and everybody goes, whoa!
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna use this thing to run a mile in like tiny fraction of the distance.
Yeah, there you go.
You could do
Can I have
that.
the world's
could.
fastest mile?
How
So would
fast
this
do you
be
think you could run a mile if it compressed space of 6 feet down to 6 inches?
If you can press a mile down to 3 inches, you could do it like instantly.
But that's not what this does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna overclock it so it does more.
6 feet equals half a foot. So
I mean,
12
2
feet-
minutes. You could run a 2-minute mile easily.
Let's see, 5,
You could run a minute and 45-second mile because you'd compress it down to just under 800 meters.
I can't
800
run that.
feet.
I can't run a 2-minute 800.
Oh man!
You'd have to run 880 feet to get to
Even-
the same distance to a mile.
Even in my prime, I could only run like an
Can't-
806,
Divide it by 6. You'd have to divide it by.
It's 440.
803.
Unless
Or
we're
10-
saying that 6 feet is down to 1 foot.
206.
Did we say 6 feet is down to 1 foot or 6 feet is down to 6 inches?
6 inches.
I came up with 440.
All right, so somewhere between
Trust the
400 and
mathematician here, or I'm gonna trust the engineers here.
So you could run you could run it in about a minute. You could run a mile in a minute then. Is what we're talking about.
there you go.
Yeah, you'd have the fastest time, Dave.
It would definitely be
Even
pretty
if you're out of
fast.
shape. Like you could run like
That's
a
still
minute and a half or a 2-minute 400-meter dash and still set the mile record.
No, I think we're still closer to that 700 range.
400 feet. Oh man, that's way faster. You can run in 12 seconds.
Well, 9 if you're Usain Bolt.
There you go. All right,
15 if you're me.
Oh, if I could run a 12-second 100.
Logan,
Not
are you
more,
gonna give us a pitch this weekend, Logan?
I would like something to protect
Not attack.
my phone.
I'm
kind
pretty sure we've had this discussion before.
Some kind of thing to protect the phone. Some kind of something. Maybe it's just maybe it's the phone itself is better, or some kind of shield that you could put on.
What type of
all
phone do you
sides
have?
of the phone. What?
What type of phone do you have?
A Note 9? No, I'd like him to make diamondium screens for
Here,
for
I
cell
just
phone.
linked you what you asked for.
He sent over an OtterBox. Today's episode is brought to you by OtterBox. Protect your phone and your life with
It even
I'd
had
like to
you
figure
can
out
even
how
get
to
a
make
holster.
diamondium.
Make screens out of glass you can never break. Gotcha.
Wasn't that supposed to be the sapphire glass that Apple was doing that the company they contracted couldn't make enough of it?
Yeah, it turns out it's really effing expensive.
And sapphire scratches easier, I believe.
I thought it wasn't. That's why they used it on the camera lenses.
I don't know.
Sapphire's pretty strong. That's what they use for watch glass.
Yeah, I thought the problem was it's hard to make it in really big sheets of it, and it's very expensive.
Yeah, well, diamondium wouldn't be expensive.
All right, made of I don't even know how to spell it, but I'm sure Elon can figure it out.
Oh man, he's
Sure.
so smart.
He's so smart.
He's volunteering to go to prison.
For his workers. All right. Well, sure. Why not? I give that a thumbs up. I like it. I like glass that doesn't break. Makes sense to me. I would use it in more than just my phone, though.
No, only for phones.
Then thumbs
I'd
down.
use it in my car.
Nuts.
I'd use it on my computer screen so when I punch it, when I lose at Fortnite, it wouldn't break.
Well, if you just play me, then you'd always win.
And that's our show.
And with that, I'm going to call this council meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We do record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube at some special time that we will tell you later. And if you liked what you saw and want to check out all of our past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org or search iTunes or your favorite podcatcher for the CouncilCast. If you have a topic you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter @RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey.